What is up? This is the Chig coming at you with another Diablo 4 video. Today we are going to be talking about the Barbarian and why you should or should not play it. Before we get started though, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away a copy of Diablo 4 or a video game of your choice if you already have it. Anyway, let's hop right into it. So, Barb, big bonk boy, tanky, smack him in the mouth, hit the ground with a hammer, whirlwind, rend, there's a couple of good builds, a couple of cool things. In this video I am running around with one of my buddies, I am playing whirlwind, I am just doing the thing, right? So I don't know, it starts out kind of rough to level, so let's start out with the pros. The pros of the Barbarian are the scaling. Once you get leveled up and get some gear and get the right aspects and get the right itemization, like, you are strong, real strong. You get real strong real quick. However, leveling up is slow. A lot of times you're going to have to bump the game down to World Tier 1. It's going to be a little rough because, you just don't have super fast clear. You don't have super strong anything really until you get rolling. That being said, if you go get the aspects from the dungeons early, you can roll through and level as Hoda and go absolutely nutso. You can destroy things with Hoda as you're leveling up. Hoda is such a good build for leveling that it is ridiculous. So if you are trying to play a Barbarian and you're trying to get started, starting out leveling as Hoda and then switching over to one of the other builds later once you get some of the aspects is what I would recommend. But, there are a lot of really specific aspects you need in order to be able to play the builds properly. Which, is a blessing and a curse because it gives you things to chase, but at the same time it makes it where the build just doesn't work as well as it should prior to getting those items. So you got to kind of take the good with the bad on that. So the cons of the Barbarian, we already talked about a couple of them. Leveling up sucks. Obviously it's going to be better with the Altars of Lilith, like having the powers starting out, having the extra talent points and stuff. You're going to be able to start out on World Tier 2. But don't be afraid when you're leveling on World Tier 2 as your Barbarian to go ahead and bump it down to World Tier 1 to be able to do a little better. As soon as it's taking you longer, substantially longer to kill the mobs on World Tier 2, you need to bump it down to World Tier 1. Other than that, though, that's basically the only downside I have to the Barbarian, other than being strictly melee and not having a ton of mobility. That being said, though, you do get some mobility skills. You do have some movement speed things in the tree that make all of that better. So a lot of the problems that you have with the Barbarian do start to get taken out of the equation later on as you start getting more stats, start getting better gear, start getting the right itemization. Some of the things that are an annoyance do start to become better. So don't let that be the deterrent. If your fantasy that you want to play is the melee big bonk boy that jumps into battle and goes ham on everybody's face, I would 100% recommend just going ahead and knocking out the Barbarian, sticking to it, rolling through it, and becoming a wrecking ball of nastiness once you start getting items. Another one of the huge pros is how hard they scale, because you get 4 weapons instead of 2, 4 weapons instead of 3. So you just get to go ham, right? Unfortunately, I know myself and I could ramble about Barbarians forever because it's my most played class in every Diablo game I've played. So I'm going to keep this one short. The TLDR, sucks to level, scales hard. There's 2 or 3 good builds at the end game. You can basically do what you want. There's a couple of different ways you can build it. There's even a Thorns build that goes ham. Like, it's a lot of fun. I did it to level. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one there. This one's going to be short, sweet, and to the point. If you have any suggestions on what I should play going into the season, you have until Thursday morning, because come Thursday afternoon, I'm going to be in the game going crazy. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one, and I'll see you guys in Sanctuary.